Hey everybody, Communist here. Hey, it's been a while since I've really made a true video, so thought I'd get back in the game here. This is also the first pop I've had in like 2 or 3 weeks, so been crazy here. One of the reasons I haven't made a video in a while and hadn't been just too active on YouTube is wife's had a little bit of health problems, so I've been looking out for her. So anyway, she's doing fine now though. So anyway, enjoying our awesome weather that we're having right now. It's not 9 billion degrees outside anymore. It's actually cool enough out here now to where the mosquitoes aren't a threat. Like, you're not going to get sucked dry when you come outside, and you're not going to sweat to death. So I think it's about 73 out here right now. It's supposed to get down to like 55 maybe tonight. So housekeeping. Missouri Meerschaum Legend with a bowl of walnut. And it wasn't a bad pick either for being my first tobacco in weeks. I'm out of practice. Sitting here just totally, brains just frozen up on what to say, what to talk about. The garden is officially out of commission now, which is sad, really. However, if the squirrels will stay out of the trees, I will have some pecans. I tell the squirrels to leave them alone. They've been climbing up in the trees and chewing them off the branches. So I got maybe like 3 tomatoes this year out of the garden, and it finally turned off cool, and then all of a sudden my tomato plant decides to like have 50 bajillion tomatoes on it. So hopefully they won't freeze off and die, they'll actually turn. Big grasshopper guy. Look at that guy. Anyway, but it's just absolutely loaded down. It's crazy. And the okra is it's done. And the cucumbers are dead too, so. Thinks he's the king of the world up there. Glad to see Mike is back in action. Silent Puffer. Well, shout out to you. Glad to see you're doing well. And that you've apparently relocated, and hopefully things are going well for you. Missed talking to you, bud. I finished reading Game of Thrones, the first book of the Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin. Started reading Clash of Kings, the second book. First book was awesome. Definitely don't get attached to any of the main characters. Nobody's safe. Nobody is safe in these books. It's crazy. But I'm loving it. Loving the book so far. Right now, the characters that my favorite character in the whole entire book, the series so far, has been Tyrion Lannister. The Imp is what they call him. And you're supposed to hate him, but at the same time, he seems like he's the one that's got the most common sense out of anybody in the whole entire series. So if there's any Tyrion Lannister lovers out there, let me know. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just disregard that little portion. And read those books if you haven't. They're good. If you're not into fantasy novels, this one is more like medieval history, almost. There's not... I mean, George R. R. Martin has taken like actual events from medieval history and kind of warped them into his own story a little bit. He's kind of mixed a lot of the histories and myths and legends, and there's not a lot of like high fantasy in this. It's pretty. It seems more historical. Like, I mean, there's dragons in it, but up until the point where you read about the dragons, there's no magic, there's nothing. I mean, so it's pretty cool. I like them, and you will too. Anyway, I'm coming up on 8 minutes here, so I don't want to bore y'all to death too much more. Keep on puffing.